Welcome back to Max 3 Picks. Let's get it, baby. We finally here. NFL Wildcard Weekend. Yes, sir. Listen, guys. When we started off the NFL regular season, no matter how big your bankroll was, whether your bankroll was this big, you started with $25, or whether your bankroll was this big and you started with $10,000, however it may be, I hope your bankroll is not still this big, or I hope it didn't go from this to this. Because right now, these next 3-4 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl, we want to make whatever you got, want to make it this big. Because this is where you're going to make your money, baby. Let's get it, guys. Welcome back to the show. Let's get in straight to my Week 18 picks that we did not do so good. As you guys know, we went 1 out of 3. But, hey, that's how it is sometimes, guys. We were on a hot streak. We had, I think, a 6 or 7 week winning streak. But we ended on the downside. But let's look to turn that around in this first wild card weekend in the playoffs. Let's get to where I went right and wrong in my picks for Week 18. Then we'll get straight into my wild card weekend picks. Let's get it, baby. Yes, sir. All righty. So first up, for my Week 18 picks recap, we had took the Titans versus the Jags. We took Titans plus 3.5 against the Jags. Cashed that ticket easily. And you know I'm talking about easily. I'm talking about easily, baby, because the Titans came out to play football like I expected. Coach Vrabel, he had the guys ready to play. It was an emotional game for the Titans. This is, well, if you guys pay attention to the news, Titans and Mike Vrabel, they've already departed ways. So he's no longer going to be the head coach of the Titans. And then it looks like Derrick Henry, based on after that game, he had a very emotional speech, basically saying goodbye to the Titans fans, Titans organization, thanking all the staff members at the Titans organization and stuff like that. So it seems like Derrick Henry is going to be moving on as well. But anyway, we cashed that ticket. Titans won the game outright, 28-20. Now this way it went downhill for us, guys. And man, did it go? It went from we riding high to man, came all the way back down to reality. Next up, we had took the Bears versus the Packers. We took Bears plus 3. Now, the game started off, it was hanging tight. Bears was hanging around. Like I predicted, it was, games going back and forth. Defensive struggle, Bears hanging around. I felt good with the plus 3 because, I think at one point it was a 7-3. I was like, okay, Bears, get some field goals and stuff. That plus 3 might, even his way out. Wrong, super wrong, because next thing I know, Green Bay and that boy Jordan Love just took off, man. Just took off. Justin Fields, no matter how good that defense played, Justin Fields and the offense could not produce. Final score in that game, Green Bay 17-9. Took the L there. And then lastly, man, now this one, the Bears one, I was like, okay, I can take the L. But this next L with the Chargers, this was unacceptable. This was really unacceptable, man. This is how bad this organization, this franchise is. Anyway, we took the Chargers money line against the Chiefs. Chiefs, how did they score first? Chiefs scored on, I want to say, a special teams play against the Chargers. Chiefs scored a touchdown on the special teams. I think it was a punt return or something like that. Something crazy with a special teams play. Chiefs scored 7-0. Okay, no problem. Cool. Chargers still should be able to play. Remember, Chiefs aren't starting any starters. These are like third string practice squad guys they're playing. Listen, man, Chargers are terrible. Chargers do Chargers things no matter what, who's playing. It's just a curse on that organization. Until they turn around, remind me, 2 teams never to touch. Chargers and the Panthers, until those organizations show me they can turn things around. Final score at hand, Chiefs 13-12. And guess how we lost? Chargers in position. In position at the goal line. All they do is kick the walk-off field goal. What Chargers do? Something stupid, lose the ball. Something stupid to lose the ball. Chargers do Chargers things. Took the L there, guys. Unfortunately, Week 18, we couldn't keep that winning streak alive. We went 1 out of 3, but guess what? It's all good because we still got more football left. Let's get straight into these wild card weekend picks. I think we got some good ones to build that bankroll back up. Let's get it, baby. All right, first up, my first pick, yes, sir. We're going to be taking the Browns at the Texans. Currently, the spread is favoring the Browns -2. I'm going to be taking the Browns money line. If you guys want to mess with that number, feel free to do so. But usually when the number to me is below 3 or below, I'm just going to take the line as outright win just to avoid any type of error. You never know. Could be 22-21. You take that -2 in the Browns, now your ticket busted if you went with the Browns. But so I'm taking the Browns outright to win the game. I think this game is going to be a tight game, but I do think the Browns ultimately pull away and win this game. On defensively, I know the stats say when the Browns are at home, they're way better defense than on the road, but you can say that pretty much for any team. Any team is generally better on the road, better at home than they're on the road. I just think the storyline with C.J. Stroud and the Texans is a great storyline. Listen, C.J. Stroud is the star in this league. I love that kid. I love him. He's very humble. I love everything about him. But I think, unfortunately, the road stops here. I think the Browns are just going to do just enough to get out of here with the win. Give me the Browns money line against the Texans here in a close, tough-fought game, but Browns probably win by 3. Next up, we got the Bills versus the Steelers. Currently, the spread is favoring the Bills by 9, and I will be not taking the Bills money line. Because guess what, baby? We are not scared of that number. Take the number, man. I'm taking the Bills -9. You guys know generally I don't mess with these big numbers, but in this particular situation, I got to take the big number. I feel confident about it. Now, this could be, I don't know if this game is going to still be played in Buffalo or if NFL is going to flex this game out. Currently, they're calling for bad weather in Buffalo. I looked up. NFL is not talking about flexing this game out or moving it to a different time slot at this time. So right now, I'm going to assume the game's still going to be played in Buffalo 1 o'clock in the afternoon with that snowy blizzard-type weather. Either way, I still think this falls into the Bills' favor. Yes, I know that Steelers, they don't care about the weather. They play in Pittsburgh, so weather is not really about the weather with the Steelers. I'm looking more about the quarterback because if you're telling me it's going to be a more downpour, snow, wet, icy conditions, things of that nature, you're telling me it's going to be a type ground and pound game. Yes, Steelers have Najee Harris. Yes, they have Warren. They can ground and pound it too. But to offset that, Steelers quarterback is not mobile. So Buffalo's going to have the advantage, in my opinion, with Josh Allen being a dual threat quarterback. Him and James Cook, you don't know if he's going to pull it, if he's going to go. So I think Steelers, look, they snuck their way into the playoffs. Shout out to the Steelers. Shout out to Mike Tomlin. He always has those boys ready to play, but unfortunately, I think the road to their victory and playoff hopes, I think they die out here in Buffalo. I'm taking the Bills by the number. Give me Bills -9 and could be this blizzard-type game. And finally, I'm taking the, I'm sorry. Let me give you guys a fun fact. I had written this down on my notepad. No TJ Watt, as you guys probably already know. TJ Watt had an MCL sprain last week against the Ravens in that rainy game. But fun fact here, Steelers all time are 1-10 without TJ Watt. Now that's crazy. You tell that, so that means that's how much this one player is worth to this team. They're 1-10 all time without him playing. They only won one game without this guy playing. So that says a lot. I know you guys already paid him in Pittsburgh, but you might want to negotiate that contract because that guy is worth every penny of it. But I'm getting to the next game. Next, I like the Eagles at the Buccaneers. Currently, the spread is favoring the Eagles -3. I'll be taking the Eagles money line. Again, anything 3 or lower, I'm going to be taking the money line. Look, right now, I know everyone is down and out on the Eagles. Their last 4 or 5 games, they look like basic betties, especially the last 2 games. The one they lost against the Cardinals, and then the one they basically gave up on in New York against the Giants. But I think that kind of, they seen, looking at the scoreboard, they seen Dallas was destroying the Commanders. They probably just laid down because if Dallas won, they wasn't going to, it didn't matter if they won or not. So I think that was just more of a, hey, guess what? Dallas about to smoke the Commanders. We just going to lay down and rest our starters. But right here, I know everyone's down and out. This is why this spread is -3. Because let's be real, if the Eagles were still flying high like they were about 6-7 weeks ago, this spread would be close to a touchdown. Since everyone's down on the Eagles right now, this is almost, I don't want to say a pick 'em, but they're only favored by a field goal right now. But on the other hand, man, we got to be real. Are the Buccaneers really this good? No, they're not. Like, yes, they got Mike Evans. Yes, they can produce. But in these type of situations, I can't trust Baker Mayfield, number one. And I definitely can't trust a banged up Baker Mayfield, number two. Did you guys see him last week against the Panthers? The guy was limping around. They barely got out of there with that game. Like, Panthers have had... One thing I will say about the Panthers, on a side note, they play amazing defense. So it's not the defense. They just got to get the offense straightened up. But... right now, I like the Eagles are here in this spot, guys. I think whatever little magic they got left, they're going to pull it out and get out of there in Tampa with this win. I expect Jalen Hurts to play better. I know he hurt his right throwing hand with the broken or sprained finger, but I don't think that's going to affect him. I think the Eagles are going to get it back to the basics here, running the ball with Swift and the other running backs, and Jalen Hurts doing just enough to get out of here with the win. I can't see really Tampa beating them. I know Tampa got the good defensive stuff, but I think it's really going to be up to the offense. And I don't see Baker Mayfield producing enough offense to get this victory here against the Eagles. Give me the Eagles money line here, guys. And let's go over my picks again. We got Browns money line against the Texans. We got Buffalo -9 against the Steelers, and we got Eagles money line against the Bucks. Listen, guys, that's my picks for this wild card weekend. If you guys don't notice, I gave you a pick for every day because we got 3 days of football. We got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So, guys, I got one game for each day if you guys didn't know that. So, we'll be watching football together all week. Listen, love you guys out there. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to comment. Whether you disagree with my picks, agree with my picks, if you got better picks, let me know. Because like I always say, you guys can have stuff I don't see, and I want to get on those too so I can cash those chicks as well, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, guys, we out here. Stay safe. Enjoy your wild card weekend. Peace.